Good morning. I think it's a good idea to start the day with cleaning the car because it's been collecting dust for the last couple of months. Okay, that is so much better. And now, let's get rid of all the excessive water. Hi, I'm Eric, and this is my Land Rover Defender Expedition Camper. Not so long ago, I set off to discover the world and ended up in Iraq, where I spent 4 months in lockdown due to the pandemic, after which I returned home. And now, after months of waiting, it's time to restart the world trip. But first, I have to prepare the car for a journey of a lifetime. So welcome to Have Fun and Go. So, I parked the car inside the garage again because here's the plan. The rooftop tent has to go on top of the roof rack. Now for that I installed a pulley right over there, and with this rope I'm going to hoist the rooftop tent just a couple of centimeters above the roof rack, and that's how I'm going to install it. And to hoist the rooftop tent I'm going to use this winch. But first I'm going to install this IKEA floor protection mat on top of the roof rack. And by doing so I have a smooth surface on top of the roof rack, so it's easier to slide like a chair underneath the rooftop tent. It's kind of like a storage compartment. So, the fun of putting the rooftop tent on top of the car is over, and now, just give me a second, I'm going to put the big aluminum box with the solar panel right over there, not on top of the house, on top of the roof rack, and then I gotta reconnect the cables. before I continue, let me show you the space in between the roof rack and the rooftop tent. As you can see, there's quite a lot, and with the floor protection mat, it's easy to slide stuff underneath it. But most of the times I'll be using it to store my lounge chair. So, anyhow, the solar panel. Before I can reconnect the cables, I have to cover the solar panel, otherwise there's going to be current running through the cables, and if you reconnect them while there's current running through the cables, you're going to destroy either the solar panel control unit or the solar panel itself. So that's what I'm going to do first. And now I can connect the solar panel control unit to the household batteries, so the control unit knows it's a 12-volt system. And after that, I think I've waited long enough so I can reconnect the cables and remove the blanket from the solar panel. Alright, so moment of truth. You see the little blue light? That means it's charging. Nice! And here's the cool thing, there's an app which I had to update like 4 times because it's been a while since I used the system, but the app tells you exactly what's going on with the solar panel and the household battery. So right now it's producing 8 watts, which is not a lot thanks to Dutch weather, but all the information is here, like the voltage of the household battery, which is at 14 volts. In other words, the household batteries are fully charged. There's a green light. And now let me check if everything is working. Yep. And the converter. Nothing's happening. Why? That's not good. Yeah, I already found the problem because, hold on. There's the negative wire. It's not connected. Oops. Alright, let's see if everything is working. Yep, and there's a little green light to confirm it all, and I'm going to test the water pump another time because right now there's bigger fish to fry. Wait, I almost forgot to show you the party lights. They're working. Okay, before I start the world trip, I want to solve one major problem with the rooftop tent, which has annoyed me since I used it for the first time. And this is it. The extension ladder. The previous owner used a blindfold and a blunt knife to drill the crooked holes, so it's almost impossible to slide the pins inside these little holes, which prevents the ladder from collapsing. And if one pin does secure itself, it's only on one side, and because of that I can experience the thrill of climbing a ladder and playing a game of will it hold or will it fold. So, to avoid frustrations, I will remove the extension and only use the first part of the ladder, which coincidentally rests on the bull bar. Now I only have to figure out how to attach the ladder to the bull bar. Alright, while scavenging through the garage I found this piece of, I don't know what it is, but it's just perfect. I'm going to put this thing right over here on top of the little bracket, like so. And now you see the ladder can slide inside here, so I'm going to weld it to the bull bar, and then I have to cut it to the right size because I only need about the same width as the ladder itself. It's the same on the other side, and have to adjust the height because this is too high and this is too high as well, so I have to cut that, and then I'm done. Yeah, you know what? I changed my plan. completely. It's not like the previous plan wasn't a good idea. I think it still is a good idea, but it's really overcomplicated. I realized that when I found this piece of junk, and the only thing I need to solve the problem are these two legs. So I'm going to cut them right over here, and then I can show you my plan. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm gonna put this one over here, this one over here, then slide them both inside the bracket of the bull bar, and then bolt these to the ladder, and that's it. Well, this is a coincidence. This piece of wood slides inside the piece of aluminum, like exactly. So it's a little bit stronger when I'm going to put a bolt through it and bolt it to the ladder. I quickly had to change my plans because the weather turned bad, so I parked the car inside the garage, and as you can see, oh, it barely fits. But now I can continue with the ladder project. A couple of days have gone by, and at a certain point I stopped filming because the weather was going from bad to worse to sunny. So I had to drive the car outside, and then it was starting to rain again, and I had to drive the car inside the garage again. But as you can see, it's all empty, which means it's a pretty sunny day again. Yay! So I parked the car outside, and now I can show you what I've done so far. But let me first unfold the rooftop tent. So I added this to the bull bar, which acts as a anti-slip because I'm going to use the bull bar as a step to go up the ladder, and because the bull bar itself, well, I guess it's pretty slippery when it's wet, so this piece of aluminum will protect me from falling off the car. After that, I painted everything black. That's the whole reason why I had to park the car outside and then inside again, and then it was starting to rain and, you know, whatever. So this is nice and shiny and black again. And this is the end result of the ladder project. As you can see, the leg rests inside the bracket, which also holds the two lights in the front, and I put a piece of inner tube of a bicycle wheel at the end of the leg for protection. With the ladder now firmly leaning onto the bull bar, I can get inside the rooftop tent without the hassle of using the extension ladder. But when I tested this setup, I noticed that using the bumper to get to the bull bar was challenging. So I found a piece of diamond plate, which I cut to the correct size. With some bolts, I created a gap in between the skid plate and the bumper big enough for the piece of aluminum to fit. For extra stability, I got this hinge onto which I bolted a piece of rubber. This will slide through one of the skid plate's holes and attaches to the diamond plate. And now I can easily access the ladder. I don't think I will always use this step, but it's nice to have. Alright, and that's it. It's the last thing I wanted to fix before I was going to leave for the solo world trip, and now it's done. So I can actually leave, which is insane, come to think of it, because I've been working so hard to arrange everything and to rebuild the Defender and make a camper build that's suitable for overlanding. And the strange thing is that I was so focused on the whole build and getting everything ready that I wasn't really focusing on the trip itself. And now all of a sudden, here it is. So yeah. I'm so excited, it's kind of hard to find the right words, but you know what, I'm gonna end the video right here. Thank you for watching, and you know, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. That would really mean a lot to me. Alright, see you next week. Oh, gonna start the trip, man! Crazy.